Hello, everybody. This is Paulpon, and we have Yash here as well. We have something really, really cool for you. This builds on top of our previous training we did, which was how to create storybooks, like entire storybooks using AI, right? So that is what we're going to be talking about today, step by step. And specifically, the other thing we've done beyond that is that the number one biggest request was, hey, I want to create consistent character and environments, right? In throughout my storybook. Let's say you're publishing it on Kindle, let's see, whatever you want to do. The idea is that if you're trying to create a multiple page book, meaning you're talking tons of pages, right? We're not talking one page, we're not talking one image, we're talking multiple pages in bulk. That's what we're going to be showing you today, step by step. So you create a prompt. I want a storybook on this topic and this character, this environment, boom. Then it will create the entire book with the story. So not only are we generating the images, the ambience, the themes, as well as the characters themselves, the hottest in-demand feature, not available any other application right now, only in Artistly. And the beauty is, because we are first to market, we've been taking your feedback to make it better and better. And if some copycat comes in, they can't even touch us because of the fact that we'll be a year ahead of them anyways, because we're thinking through this, because we use this stuff day in and day out. So Yash, you go ahead. Let's talk about what we've done in the past week. What have we added into the consistent character thing? Yes, we did that, but we've done some other cool things behind the scenes for the storybooks, right? That feature. Where is it? What did we do? How do we make use of it? You're muted. You're muted. So you unmute yourself. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Hi, everybody. So, in this training, we will be going step by step on how you can get from an idea to a complete storybook with consistent character in just single click using Artistly. You can create storybooks for your business to sell online, or just for fun, or for your grandkids. But this workflow that I'll be showing it to you is going to make your life so much easier when it comes to creating from an idea to a finished product. And I'm so excited to share this with you all because in the last week we showed it, but you guys requested for the specific feature to be consistent character, and we finally implemented that. And I'm just super pumped up. I just want to show you the glimpse of what you can create with it, and then we'll show you how I created it. I'm going to show my screen, and I hope my screen is visible, right, Paul? Perfect. Awesome. So awesome. So this is the storybook, as you can see on my screen. I created it's a quick storybook regarding with the turtles lesson. As you can see, this is with the consistent character, the farmer and the turtle going throughout the story, right till the end with everything. So I'm not just gonna tell you that okay, you generate the image and that's it, but I'll be showing you how to put it together, right? To complete it a full-fledged storybook. Okay, perfect. Awesome. So step number one, go to Artistly and go to Fast AI Image Designer. Cool. Now this once you get inside here, we have what you have to do is you have to come to prompt magic. Now just want to give you a hint on what's the vision for Artistly in the near future. This prompt magic is we are building an army of agents that goes from an idea to a finished product, whether you want to create coloring books, storybooks, thumbnails, or covers. So this will be upgraded to design agents. You're going to have a lot of fun when you can go from an idea to a finished product, just like what we are doing today from just one click, whatever you want to create. Awesome. Let's focus on Kids Storybook for today. So we come to Kids Storybook, and now you have to do four things. Choose your story type, story summary, how many characters are there, and number of pages. Cool. Very simple stuff. I want a moral story to keep it simple. Excuse me. I want to do picture books and story summary. Let's say I just want to show you how to recreate what I have showed you, right? How I created this using Artistly, right? This ebook. So you can do anything, right? So this is the whole idea of my storybook, right? A turtle and a farmer. Now, how many characters are there, right? Two characters, right? If there are three characters, you mention three. If there are only one character, so one. How do you determine the character? By your story summary, right? If it is a story about a hardworking farmer, then you just say one character. If it's a story about a girl and a boy and a turtle, that's three character. Cool? Awesome. Now I want to do, let's say, 5 pages for now, right? For demonstration purposes. Now you do generate prompt.
Yeah, and while,
Now
while
what?
it's generating real quick, so we're going to be adding a lot more pages down the line. We've just updated
Yep.
this feature, so we're doing some final testing to include more. We do
Yep.
understand people wanted more than 20 or around there, so
Yep.
that's going to be also in play here. And the other thing is, you see how we said turtle and farmer? You can add to that. So you could say turtle and farmer talking about organic farming and how the turtle
Exactly.
helps the farmer understand the moral of how you need to plant the seeds first to get harvest, something like that. You get the point. You can add
Exactly.
to that.
So now the result that you get is pretty neater and cleaner as our previous version, because we have dialed in on, we made this an absolutely expert and better than human cognition, better than human mind to think about unique storylines and everything. So this is the story for you. You don't have to do anything. You generate prompt. Step number 2, you hit this button that says copy, which is going to copy your entire page. Okay. And then you just put it in a document just to keep it, just to use it for future purposes. Okay. So I'm just going to copy and paste it here. Not going to touch the Google Doc for now. Now, what you have to do, those old days are gone. The copying and pasting, and creating each image one by one, right? You're in artistry, right? So what you have to do is you can just pick the aspect ratio that you want, whether it is 16 by 9, which is horizontal, 1:1, it's square or vertical. We do 1:1. Okay. And you pick from bunch of these ready-made style that we have added for you. Whether you want a book, whether you want a book created in a comic book style or a Pixar style, or a, like, miniature style, Van Gogh style, stained glass style, whatever style you want. Okay. One, 1 second. So whatever style you want, you can pick it. So I think my, okay, 1 second. So okay, my
Well,
mouse is
I'll
not
help you out
working.
here. Okay. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So let
So
me
what you
log
have to
into the
do?
application.
1 second, guys. I'll bring them back.
Yeah. So guys, does that make sense so far? So what we've covered so far, right? So what we've done so far is that you can pick the style here, as you can see, and that is important because now that allows you to basically go for 2D flat, see the Van Gogh painting. It all depends on the markets, right? Like if you see Etsy, for example, what it does is Etsy will allow you to do more unique stuff, right? So you see that futuristic robots or that nail art, that kind of stuff sells on Etsy. But on Kindle, you want 2D flat, you want that oil painting style, you want to pick those styles like that. So that's what we are trying to
Okay. Yeah,
achieve
it's
here,
working
right?
now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks. Yeah. So now what you have to do is you have to pick the style. For example, the Pixar style. I want to keep my consistent style, right? Now make sure you understand this is this feature will automatically create a storybook with consistent character using only AI generated characters. And all you have to do is hit generate storybook. That's it. All the images for all your pages is going to automatically get created. It will take few minutes, right? Just like this, as you can see here. Or if you want to see, I've created multiple stories, right? Of a wizard and a boy, right? It will appear something like this, right? Now what you have to do while this is being generated, right? Now you need to get these images, right? So step number 3, what you need to do is you need to click on bulk download. Okay. Now when you do bulk download, all your images will appear here, right? So you have to select an image, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 for my purposes, right? And you have to click on download selected option.
Yeah, so while he's
Hit
downloading, I
enter.
just want to add something real quick. Why are we doing this, guys? Okay. So when you look at the book, right, we're trying to create all the pages of that book in one shot. And as I mentioned, right now it's 10, it's going to be a lot more pages with the new updates we'll be making because we are experimenting how this thing does at 15 pages, 20 pages, 25, because we got to keep fine tuning our system. So what we are doing is here, you're downloading all the pages at once for that book. Okay, does that make
Yep.
sense? That's what he's trying to do here. Basically, what you're doing is that you can download the whole design. As you can see that right there, there's a zip file right there. You can download.
Yep.
Now, what can you do now with that zip file? You can extract that zip file. He'll show you, and
Yep.
then now you can make it into a PDF, put it into Google Docs, and all this other stuff. Yeah, go ahead, Yash. That's the power of it.
Exactly. Exactly. Now what you have to do, you have to right click on it and you have to extract the file to your specific folder. Now see what it does. It's gonna give you all the images downloaded with the paging number for you for ease of use, right? So you don't have to get like, oh, which image for which page when you have when you have to deal with multiple pages, like page number 3. What are you gonna do? Now you go back to the drawing board, like for example the board that we have copied here, and then now you start editing these, right? So soon you'll be able to add it, you'll be able to edit this in the advanced AI image designer, but for now you can use Google Document, right? So now what you have to do is just delete the page content stuff, delete this page one, just put your content here, and this image prompt, get rid of every single thing here, right? And then you see something called this button, right? Insert image. Click on this, click on upload from computer, and it will open up your basically for what this purpose, your download folders, and it will basically show you all that, right? So you click on here, uh, page 1, and you hit open, right? So that's going to add that image for you on that page. Simple stuff, right? Now for alignment purposes, you can make sure. Okay, now another thing which is very, very, very important, right? The front cover page and the back cover page, it gives you the prompt. And the number one question was like that is, okay, we want to create a front cover page and we want to create a back cover page, but we want to keep it in the same style. You can easy. How you can do that? It's very easy. So what you have to do, you have to copy the prompt for the front cover image prompt that you see, copy that, go to Artistly, okay, and then what you have to do, go to AI Illustrator, right? For example, I'm going to show it here. Just 1 second. So you go to AI Illustrator, and then here you see all. Okay, by the way, these options were not there before. These were just added like this week, right? So you see Mystic Fantasy, Retro Vibe, Clay Animation, Game Characters, 2D Flat, Van Gogh style. We'll cover that in detail. But because I was using a Pixar style, you have to come here, click on this, put your prompt, and generally, excuse me, no, generally the aspect ratio for the your pages, 3:4 or 4:5, and then generate the image. So what it's gonna do, it's gonna make sure that your image that is generated follows the same style, right? I created this image, but it is not following the same style, right? Because I created using Perfect Text Enhanced Image Designer, and it does not know which style you have used to create your story. All clear? Now, while that is being generated, what you have to do is just, now it's more about fine tuning this a little bit, adding some things to that. For example, just pagination thing, right? Basically, we will add the front page here, and then there's a page number 1, right? And then just a little bit, right? Basic stuff you can do to make this look better and a proper formatting wise, right? I'm gonna do 20. Okay, I'm gonna do, let's say, 18, and then this is a storybook, and then now I'm gonna continue to do that, right? I'm gonna remove the page 2. This is the content. The turtle loved the farmer's garden, but it was very slow. The farmer, and it will basically, once you keep doing it, your final ebook looks like this. Let's go through that together, okay? In a small farm, there lived a turtle who loved to help his friend. One day, the farmer asked turtle to help. The turtle was slow, and the farmer just encouraged him to keep going. The next day, turtle showed improvement, and hence after a day's pass, and he sees some flowers blooming and all that. He was happy. The farmer was happy. And then later down the line, their farm was the best farm in the village, and happy. It was a short, quick storybook that I wanted to create for fun. So that's how easy it is, right? So here, the aspect ratio that you see, I did it the 16:9 option, right? So you can do that as well, right? It's up to you, but the idea is very simple, right? You see, so that is the whole idea with that. Now we're gonna come to the Q&A part, and then okay, now one thing which is left here, right? Now, how do you actually go from here to like a PDF that you can upload, right? So there are sites like PDF Candy, which I'm going to show 1 second. So what you can do from there, so there are sites like PDF Candy, right? Which basically what it does is it allows you to bring in your file, right? Your document file, and converts it into each page document or PDF, sorry. So what you have to do once everything is aligned, right? Your page cover is there, your alignments are set in, you have to click on File, Download, and Microsoft Word, right? Now it's gonna take few seconds to download it. Now once that is downloaded, we'll make sure we link it. It's a simple PDF candy. Even if you Google it, you'll see that. Now once you download it, you have to drag and drop your file here, right? And then you can just click on convert to PDF. Very simple stuff, very easy stuff. And then just gonna take few
Yash, you can
seconds.
also export it from the Google Docs as well as a PDF when you do it. That's also an option for guys who want. So go to File, Download. You see that PDF option, PDF document. You can do that too.
Okay, yeah, you can download it from directly here. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's yeah, you can just directly download
So
as a
guys,
PDF.
that's more simpler method, right? Yeah.
Yeah, perfect,
All right.
awesome.
So just a couple of points, folks. Okay. There were some questions I wanted to answer while he goes to the next step here. So first one, this is absolutely true. Okay. The deep dive channel was mentioning this. Page numbers is a part of the file name. That's what we've done. So page 1, page 2, page 3, the file name itself will be the page number. We've actually spent a lot of time to make that happen. So when you download the zip file, right, you each, let's say in this case, image or book page, right, will be named in order. That's very critical because when you're ordering them later in Google Docs or some other format, right, for Amazon Kindle or whatever, it'll make your life super easy. The second thing that I wanted to mention is, which is really, really cool, is about multiple pages, right? Right now we do 10. We're planning on doing 20 soon. And then we'll keep increasing it because sometimes what happens, right, with AI, you're going to hallucinate a little bit, right? So to answer this question from Hikem, can we do 80 or 100? The problem is consistency of the character starts deteriorating based on our test right now beyond certain number of pages, just because, there's so much the AI has to do and thinking and all that, right? To keep it consistent. So what we're planning on doing is every update we make, we'll keep increasing the page numbers and keep testing internally, right? Where does that thing really can stretch, right? Then what we will do, let's say we can generate 20 pages or 25. What we will do is duplicate that run and generate another 25, let's say, right? We're still in that stage. So that's going to happen in the next update as we keep pushing this thing to its limits, our own AI system, and fine tuning it thereafter, okay? That is the second part of this equation. The other question that came in was about can I put my own photo and create the consistency of the character? That will be worked upon. We want to first make sure that we do the more pages thing, and another cool thing that we're planning on doing, which was internal, right, in the application itself, to make sure we add text. You see how we put it in the Google Doc now, right? So let me quickly share my screen. I want to show you folks something cool, okay? So this is what we're going to be working on next, because we thought through all this stuff, obviously. We want to go one challenge at a time, right? So we do a good job there. All right, so let me share my screen real quick. Okay, you see that right there? Let me actually do this like this. So you see this right now. This is like on an Amazon, right? Like you see here, this is an actual book. See, on most books, for kids' books, storybooks, and stuff like that, you're gonna get like an image like so, right? And then you're gonna have also, you see there, you're gonna also get this element. You see that, if you can see my browser and my mouse. So anyway, so you see that little text element there, right? Like that I'm zoomed in here right now, you see? The village had lush green fields where goats grazed. You see that? That is basically a text in a little box, right? You see that? So that's something we're going to be doing in our next update as well. So what that means, in other words, is this concept of putting in a Google Doc and all that stuff to put the text together is not going to be needed. You guys can, gals can manually do it, where that text part will automatically be placed. You can move that box around. You want it in the top, you want it in the bottom, whatever you want to do, you can put that in. So the text will be within that book itself, okay? That's something we're going to be working on as well. We're doing some internal tests on that stuff. Once we're happy with the result, we'll push it for you folks to start using it, okay? That'll be an extra less step for you to worry about, right? Is that cool or what? Tell me. That's pretty cool, right? So hope that is clear. So that's going to be the next update coming up. And then after we've done that, yes, we're going to be working on where you can create a character similar to you and put that person in that book. That's going to be the next iteration. Because when you do too many things at once, what happens is like you don't do a good job in anything, right? So the idea is that, okay, first we've done consistent character. That works perfectly for 10 pages. We're going to go for 20. Does it work for 25, 30, right? We're going to push the limits of it. Once it's good, we're going to then move to the next part, right? Which is going to be basically where, okay, now we've had this flow, let's put text in there. So you don't have to go and do that extra manual work, right? You want AI to do most of the work. Then after that, we're going to do the consistent character where you can upload your own photo, make a cartoon character of yourself, and that sort of thing. Then after that, we're going to even create storybooks if you want, where I don't look at storybooks for realistic, because people are asking about that question. Can I do realistic based books? What we're thinking of more like is comic books, let's say, right? Or magazine styles, if you would, right? Those will be most likely where we're going to head to down the line when it goes to realistic. Because with real people, stories don't match that good, right? Even comic books have like a little bit of etherealism, game characters, if you will, right? You get the idea. So yeah, you should go ahead. You can share your screen as well if you want and go to that next step. Where, okay, now let's say I've done this, I've made a PDF. What do you suggest I do next?
Yeah, perfect. Awesome. So now there are few ways that you can now go ahead and sell this ebooks, right? So there are interesting ways that you can do it. So what you can do is on Kindle right now, right? You have the strategy that is working is basically bundling it together, right? So for example, you can on Kindles where there's ebook, right? So you can bundle it together, bundle of moral stories where you can put like a farmer and this is just coming in my mind, but that's the idea. And I wanted to Paul, also I want to show that AI, different things that they can do now with AI Illustrator, with the different functionalities that we have added this week. So one second, share my screen. Awesome. So people had this one. Can you see
Yeah,
my
I'll
screen?
get the questions. You want to share your screen and
Yeah.
show some other cool things that are coming up in
Yeah.
Artistly, or
Yeah.
you want me to do that?
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
One
I'll
second.
add your screen in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is it
sorry.
added?
Let me add it in. There.
Okay. Perfect. Awesome. So let's check this out, guys, right? So inside the AI Illustrator, now a lot of you were asking about that. Oh, I have my own story, right? So we have this, we are working on this functionality where you can get your own story and then generate the consistent character. But for now, what you can do, this AI Illustrator is magic thing, guys, right? Because in one click, it gives you so many characters. Now, when we have Van Gogh, a lot of people are asking about that. Stained glass is the most requested thing, and specifically, and other than that, right? Like a lot of people want to create in futuristic style, mechs, Transformers style of books, for example, right? So you can do now. All you gotta do, right, is let's say I wanna use the Van Gogh style, right? So it has that same artistic feel and artistic style that you would get from an actual photo. You can tell it's AI generated. Let me show you, right? You say man on the beach. You don't have to worry much about the prompt. You can just say anything and it gets it generated, right? Now, while this is generated, I want to show you something really, really cool. So what's a vision with the artist, right? Because it's going to be the number one image generation software in this planet, right? So what we are doing is we are implementing an army of design agents that takes your idea and gets you a complete product in just one click. Right now, we just started with kids storybook. We're gonna do book covers. We're gonna do thumbnails. We're gonna do coloring books. We're gonna do social media posts. We're gonna do everything that you guys will request. So everything is all in one together. We're gonna do whether you bring your own product and you want AI model viewing it. Right now, it's only supported for T-shirts, right? We're gonna have with different models and different accessories, whether it is like a earring, necklace, or hats, or whatever it is. That's where it's heading, right? Just so that. And another cool thing for those of you guys who are wondering, you see all these viral trends on social media, right? Where you see these miniatures. We've added that as well, as you probably have noticed, right? So I'm going to show you, right? So, man on the farm, right? So what it does, it gets you those images, and then you can convert these images into videos, obviously using Video Express. But that's really, really cool that we are working on, and stuff like you've probably seen on YouTube Shorts or Instagram, where these kind of viral images or viral videos are there, where things are like like a dog cutting a meat, or cooking something or stuff like that. So for example, like panda eating meat. Another thing that you can do, you don't have to worry about like putting a fully detailed prompt. You can always enhance the prompt, right? Or to make it actually more detailed that AI understands, right? And that is the power right now. That is the power, guys, right? So as our images get created, look at that. Look at that beautiful image. It has that, the number one complaint we had, like, okay, the previous version, it does not. Oh, by the way, we're gonna add watercolor style. It's the most requested thing you guys have been requesting. For those of you who do clip arts on Etsy and all, we're gonna add that as well. You see, a lot of people were complaining that, okay, the image does not have the brush strokes, the artistic element. It seems too finished, too polished, right? We fixed that. Okay. So now it gives you the perfect edges and perfect brush. So, nobody can tell it's AI generated, and whether it's artistic generated or AI, right? So that's something. So make sure you play with AI Illustrator. There are a bunch of different tools, or a bunch of different. A lot of people are asking, okay, I want a manga style, right? Because I want a retro vibe style. Or for example, I want a style of a comic book, right? So this is very cool, by the way. I'm going to show you, right? The man on the beach, for example, right? You can enhance the prompt. You can choose the aspect ratio. This is easier. Just one click, you get it done. Look at that, right? Now, soon with the newer Video Express updates and everything, you will be able to convert these images into videos as well for social media and all, right? And this is where you see on everywhere, right? Now, another thing, look at that, right? Look at that. You cannot generate images like this with our typical system, right? Now, but we have upgraded it. Now, there's one interesting thing that is kind of hidden hidden in the plain sight, right? So that is with AI Illustrator. Let me know if you like this. If you want more styles, we're gonna keep them adding. Based on your request. Perfect Text Enhanced Designers has something called stock photography, and this is magic, guys. You always wanted to create ultra realistic images of humans, of animals, or whatever it is. It's not possible until now, right? So what we did is, with this feature, right? It's gonna soon be upgraded to a photorealism. But with this right now, what you can do, let's say I want to do, let's say, panda playing in the bamboo pot, right? I have this feature. I showed this feature to let's say one of the business. They deal in woodworking, right? So what they wanted is, they wanted an ability to create these images for their PowerPoint presentations, for their realistic images, right? Basic stuff they want, right? For PowerPoint, they want to put some images. For website, they want to put images. They could not get the things they want. Even with Chat GPT, DALI, things like that, they give you very polished images. You can tell that it's an AI generated. When this comes, I'll show you. You cannot tell this is AI generated. Okay, let me show you another one. Right? Let's do human examples, right? So let's say a man on the beach, right? A front facing, or let's say a man on the farm, right? Simple stuff. You can always enhance the prompt to make things better, to get your generations better, to make things
Yeah,
more
just want to
detailed.
chime in while that thing is being generated. What tool is it? A couple of people were asking it. This is Artistly, our application. In case you did not get it, if you've been living under a rock, get Artistly there. It's artistly.ai. Because some people might have not gotten it yet. We're watching this YouTube video for my subscriber list and that sort of thing from the subscribers of our YouTube. So go there right now, where we still have it at the lowest possible price. So one-time payment, that you can get access to for all these features we've added. This is four version updates, right? You could say this update that we launched could be version 4.5, literally, right? So the idea here is that, if you haven't gotten it, get it right now. And that allows you to do all these cool things without you needing external applications like a Midjourney or a DALI or Ideogram or Leonardo, all this other stuff out there, right? And what separates this is we're listening to your feedback in our Facebook group and making it better and better, as you can see right now. Because, at the end of the day, we want to get your feedback to give you what features you guys want, right? Not what we think is cool most of the time, right? So yeah, if you haven't already got it, get Artistly there at artistly.ai. Yeah, go ahead, Yash.
Yeah, that's the thing. And we're gonna go in detail into so many different monetization strategy. But one of the monetization strategy right now on Pinterest, right? Which is just giving you a hint of what's coming, so that you are prepared of what's coming. Is there's this very huge market. There's a almost like I was reading stats, the $23 billion market of nail arts on Pinterest, right? Or worldwide, basically, right? So there are these things are very hot on Pinterest where, people are searching of cool nail art ideas, right? What you can do is with AI before you could not get perfect fingers and all that, right? But now with this, with AI, with Artistly, you can generate these unique nail art styles and you can push them. There's obviously we're gonna cover step by step strategies, but how you can monetize this using, whether it is Google AdSense or whether it is affiliate revenue. But you get free. Think about this, right? There are almost more than 200,000 searches of every single month from females or males, across the world about nail arts, right? Unique nail art ideas, right? All you will have to do that is come to Artistly, right? Look at that. Now look at that. Tell me if this is AI generated, right? This is generated right now in front of you using Artistly, right? So that is the power that it gets you. That's the power it gives you. And for your videos, for your projects, for your business, for your website, for your PowerPoint, whatever it is, right? You can now generate realistic, artistic, this. Look at that. Like it is, seems like, like a cameraman shot this, right? This level of precision and this level of realism cannot get anywhere. Believe me, right? You try it all, and you'll try do the comparison. You'll never see that before. Anyways, so you got these stained art because a lot of people are asking, okay, I want this specific stained glass test. There you go. You can do that. Anything, one click. Okay. Now, what I was saying, with the nail art thing, right? We're going to cover. This is a huge industry, right? $23 billion industry of nail art. So what you can do, just cover this nail art, okay? We're creating a design agent that goes from an idea to a finished product later on inside that prompt magic, which is going to soon be upgraded to design agents. But what is nail art? It's very simple. All you have to do is say, I want a spring nail art, for example. Just wanna let it out there, right? Generate. Now, always what's gonna do is gonna give you unique nail art ideas to post on Pinterest. Now, there are a few things that you can do, right? On Pinterest right now, the number one search thing is nail art design, spring nails, Valentine's, seasonal based nail art ideas. You can post them and you can link it with your site where either it is monetized with Google AdSense, which you're going to go step by step in the future, or as an affiliate revenue. That's a free source of traffic for you, right? Or with these images, you can, use it for storybooks and stuff like that. So that's the power, guys. And, I myself just can't stop keep playing with Artistly because so much possibilities. Whether it is text, we nailed in. It is realism, nailed it. Fingers, hands, everything, nailed it. Artistic styles, you asked for, nailed it. Now, the number one thing that you guys are asking, going from a idea to a finished product, we're nailing that right now. It's starting with kids storybook, do book covers, do thumbnails, and all that cool stuff. Anyways, so I'll show you some more cool stuff before we wrap up this session. So again, perfect text enhanced image designer, come to stock photography and just prompt anything, right? Now I'm gonna do, let's say, a senior women on the beach, right? Don't worry much about the prompts and all. You can always enhance it, right? Just directly from the application with a one click using that feather option there, right? And it increases your prompt and makes it better and all, right? So that's the thing you can do with that. Now, another cool thing that you can do, right? For example, let's say, I'm just going to show you 1 second. Okay, so let's do stock photography. Sometimes it has the internet issues. So let's say senior women on the farm, for example, right? And this time I wanted 4:5 and generate. There you go. And look at that. Look at that, guys. That's a nail design idea. Now you can create a bunch of these nail arts. Go to the advanced AI image designer. Oh, one thing was very important. You guys were asking about it, right? So now you can create a bunch of these styles and you can bring them to advanced AI image designer and can edit it. The one thing that you guys have been asking, we're implementing that. So you guys are saying that, okay, we have to download these images and like you see how I created some realistic book covers and all. We have to download these images and then get to the advanced AI image designer. It's a lot of work, right? Excuse me. So what we're doing is with just one click, or with some, just like, we have bulk transfers, right? So you can bulk move these images into specific folder, number one. Number two, not just in Fast AI Image Designer. You can choose these images, the images that you want, just for organizational and productivity purposes. You can, in just bulk click, you can send them to Advanced AI Image Designer just to make your life simpler. Just to, how do you say that, right? You don't have to download everything, keep downloading. Just one click, everything designed. You, let's say, for example, you design all the nail arts, you get all the storybooks. Click all of them straight into Advanced Image Designer, which for now it only does one by one. So straight to Image Designer, and then when you come straight to Image Designer, what happens is, oh, by the way, have you guys noticed that our Advanced Image Designer much faster now? It does not lag. You will never see an option. We've spent a lot of time and energy and money on to make this much better and much faster, right? No matter how many images that you generate, it'll always be faster. You have this layer options, so you can lock some layer, you can arrange some layer, just like you would do in Canva or like Photoshop and stuff like that. And it's much faster, and you can get your stuff done very quickly here. So that's one thing I want to add. So now I would love to have your questions, your queries. Would love to solve them.
Yeah, I'll
Open
I'll
for, yeah.
jump in here on the question side of things. So, folks, one important thing I want to mention. Yes, open up that part about that book covers thing, right? I mean, folks, this is revolutionary. Okay, sometimes I have to push things. I gotta tell you folks some things which are really really powerful. I mean, if you think about it, right, the perfect text on a book cover requires font styles to be different, right? Like cursive style. You need, for example, the ability, you see that one, Stay With Me was one, Turtle and the Farmer. You see this, the color tonality and Stay With Me, Journey to the Stars. This is a system we've developed internally, okay? It's basically months of hard work on our part, because if you're going to create storybooks, you need a good cover, right? So what I'm trying to say is that it seems so simple. Like he spent like 2 minutes talking about it, but it takes months to test it, to see if it's working across different areas. You see the amount of text in each one of them, right? That is the feature that's coming up soon, right? Probably by the next training session, we should have it ready. Is it already ready, Yash, or coming in?
Books cover coming in next
Okay.
week.
Okay. It's gonna be coming in the next week or so. Okay, we're doing some final tests with our beta testers internally, because we want to make sure it's perfect when it comes. But look at that one. Just look at that, right? And the beauty is, we're gonna put this as a part of our editor as well down the line, so you can add your own text, edit your own text, that sort of thing. So even we can't say AI will be 100% accurate every single time, right? Some text, one letter or something might be off. So you can basically get that text, right, to be edited by using a text detect technology, which most of you already know in the editor. But what I'm trying to say is that some of these things, right, you could say are revolutionary. I don't want to push that word too much, but it's just incredibly powerful, and it's so simple, right? And simplicity means that most of you will use it. You believe you can do it, you'll do it, right? And it's something where it finishes the whole thing for you, right? So what I mean by that is, when you try to create a storybook, right? What is the first thing that comes to mind? A book cover. We're going to solve that for you. What is the second thing that comes to mind? Well, I want consistent characters, so that the theme, not just the character, but throughout every scene, the theme is correct. So meaning one has a video game theme, one it has a 3D Disney style theme, let's say. One has a watercolor theme, right? My point is, when you're trying to create these themes, you want to make sure that it's consistent. You don't want a Disney character style once and then a 2D Van Gogh style painting in one. It looks weird, right? So that we've sorted today. And you see how he has that text detecting that is showing on the screen? That's what we mean. So you can do this and add your own text, change the font, whatever. If you don't like how the text looks like or whatever, we have that capability as well. So the image, we're gonna basically separate into a new layer, the text, so you can edit it to your heart's desire later on, if something is not perfect or whatever, okay? And you can do in painting and some other cool things as well. Let's say you wanna change her hat or our shirt color or something, you can definitely do that too using the in painting. So what I'm saying is, once it gets to the editor, it opens up other sets of opportunities for you to modify things, right? And then finally, the most important thing I want to mention is, okay, now you got the book cover, you got a consistent character. What's next? Well, can it basically do multiple pages, which you can do, and we're increasing the number of pages as we keep testing. Well, what's the fourth thing? One of our customers asked here, right? And what she asked for in the comment section was, hey, can I prompt it with my story? So Yash put a farmer and a turtle. Well, that doesn't mean anything. What if I want to create a story specifically about, let's say, Bible lessons that go back about a farmer and turtle, right? Or let's say I want to talk about something, for example, where I want to do kids' moral stories, right? They can quickly learn. So let's say farmer and turtle. The farmer was trying to do something quickly, harvest quickly, and he was failing again and again. The turtle came and explained it's how you actually farm, right? You plant the seeds, you wait for the seasons, all 4 seasons, right? What happens in winter time? You wait. In spring, you harvest. It's about patience. Well, you can mention that and it's going to create that in the story. So you can prompt it too. You can write one keyword, it'll do the whole writing for you, or you can give it more information, it's going to write it automatically as well. Okay? Does that make sense, folks? That's the key thing I'm trying to explain, because it completes the process, right? Because the last thing I want is, okay, this tool does this. I'm going to go open another tool and I'm going to do this other part. Okay, and then I'm going to go here and do this other thing. And it just wastes a lot of time and a lot of you folks give up, right? So raise your hand. Let me know in the chat box if it makes sense to you, where having a complete end-to-end solution is what you should be having, right? So that's what basically we're aiming for here, right? And it takes time. It's not something that happens overnight, as you can imagine, because what happens is people are doing different styles of stuff, so you got to account for that. Somebody is trying to create a watercolor style. Somebody was asking, let's say, for example, I believe black and white style, I believe it was. So you get that idea, right? So that's what we'll be. So in the coming weeks, we're going to perfect this thing so that it's end to end, and you don't have to worry about it. Think of it like you have your own custom AI agent, as Yash was saying, where you give it an idea and it will generate the whole book for you, right? And you don't have to do anything. If you want to make some edits, sure, of course, why not? But you don't even want to do that, you're good to go, right? And you can basically have it, do it for fun, to teach your kids, grandkids, right? Nieces, nephews, whatever. Or you can basically do it also where you can publish it on Kindle or whatever. One thing I wanted to mention, a lot of people are asking this question, and I'll kind of share my screen real quick, folks, on this, if I can, hopefully. Yeah. So you see, one of the things that was being asked was coloring books, right? So you see this, I'll add that in here. See that thing right there? So that's the coloring book, right? So that is where a lot of you folks were asking, well, look, I understand kids' storybooks, which was this one we just mentioned here, right? This feature. But what about like coloring books? Well, that is also here as a part of that prompt magic. We might even name it Design Agent in the future once we've added more stuff. You got YouTube thumbnail maker here, meaning you can give it, this is so powerful, right? So like you can give it like, see your YouTube URL, and it will recreate the thumbnail you saw, basically with similar text, similar ambience, but completely unique to you, right? Or you can upload a thumbnail here that you have and you can recreate it, for example, right? Same thing with coloring books. You see here, you can give how many images you want, what age group of the kids are you trying to aim for the coloring books, and how many here. So you look at that, 30, right? You can go up to 30. So pretty powerful, as you can imagine, right? So that's what I was trying to explain, where we thought through all this stuff, right? And with time, this category set is going to keep increasing. But I don't want it to be increasing the complexity. That's the key thing. It should be where, okay, today I want to create coloring books, okay? I know where it is located in Artistly. I'm going to go to coloring books here, and I'm going to pick it. Okay, now today I want to create a kid's storybook. Okay, now where is it in Artistly? Okay, it's right here. I know for a fact that if I just have a little bit of an idea, it's going to go crazy and do it on its own. Today I decided, okay, I have an idea for a thumbnail. Anything to do with design, right? This is what I'm going to click on this thing, and boom, it's going to recreate a thumbnail that I saw that is very interesting thumbnail, and you can recreate it in your own creativity, in your own style, right? And same thing with t-shirt designs, whatever the case might be, right? And one other thing also we've done, which people always ask me this question, is that, hey, but you're not mentioning about the other stuff, right? So let's say, for example, what we did is the in-painting feature, for example, we made it even better. So if you go into the Artistly application, let's go to dashboard here, click create design. Like you go into this advanced image editor, let's say, for example, and then you just, whatever, you create a project, right? So like little details like our in-painting feature, right, has been made a lot better. The object removal feature, you see that little eraser thing? That's been improved. We don't announce it. Merch Magic is much more accurate right now with t-shirts and stuff like that, right? The reason why I'm saying this stuff is we don't advertise them, but when you're using them, you'll feel it, okay? So the in painting is a lot better now. So let's say, for example, like you like this dude right here and you want to in paint something right now. You see how it changed it? So you can mark the shirt and you can do that. Like let's say, for example, you want to change the color of the shirt of this cartoon. Before, in painting for cartoon characters was much harder. We've made it easier right now. You just select it and then you can have this t-shirt basically color to be changed, right? So you can say, let's say something like, I don't know, green t-shirt, right? And then go generate. And then what it's going to do is now it's going to change that, and you just gave it one word, right? And we're improving this even further, by the way. So we're going to be mentioning that once we make a major improvement to this even further. But you see this, change the guy's t-shirt completely to green. What was it before? Red. If you see in the background here, it was red shirt, right? So you get the point, right? So it's much more easier now to do it. Before it was like, change the marked area where the character has to wear a red shirt, which is not really red, it is mahogany red or some, you know what I'm saying. It was too complicated, right? Okay, so we'll be answering some questions as well right now while we're at it here. And then we'll go from there and we'll call it a day because we want to make sure those who are watching the replay, it's not stretched too much, right? So
We can
that is the idea. So Yash, go ahead. You were saying something?
Yeah, we can tell two things. So, folks who don't want to miss a lot of new announcements and want to interact with users, they can join our meta group. Number one. Number two, there's a change log roadmap. They can keep even if the roadmap fee website. They can go our roadmap website and they can see all the news. So you can show that, right? Like
Yeah, so that will be also posted in
the
the
homepage.
what we like to call change log, but in reality, what it is like a blog post, right? So that'll be
Yeah.
posted into the roadmap right when you log in. We're posting it, so when you watch it next, hopefully you're gonna see it. Okay, so when you log into the Artistly application, you're gonna be able to see it right away underneath the main video. Okay, so we're gonna do
Yeah.
that. So how that thing works? Let me actually open it up here. And I'll post the link as well in the chat here for you folks as well, so that it'll make your life easier. Let me show you here. Okay, so basically the idea is that it's if you go into the roadmap.artistly.ai, see roadmap.artistly.ai, you see on my screen right now, you're gonna see a link that looks like change log. You see that? That's one right here. So what you click on that, we're gonna directly link it in our Artistly and also in our emails when we send it. But you can look at this here, right? 4 days ago, 6 days ago, you made this update. 6 days ago, and we create like a Loom video, quick one, so that you can quickly watch it, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes video upload. So imagine it's like a blog that you can see all these updates. Like create kid storybooks from keyword. Now we're gonna be adding that what we just announced, which is consistent characters in the kid storybooks, right? That's gonna be there. Once we add that ability to read the text box as well, so you can put it in the storybook itself, that's going to be also mentioned here. So some place that you can easily navigate and go there. Okay, but if you want to do that, go to roadmap.artistly.ai/changelog. I'll post it right here for you folks. You can see it, but that's the idea. You can go to roadmap.artistly.ai and then you can go in and then you can see this. So like I'll just make it here easy for you folks to see this. So it'll be like this. You go into a roadmap.artistly.ai and the top, you're going to see this change log. Okay, that's what you're going to see, but we're going to direct link it as well in the application so you folks can see quickly. This is basically a simple blog where you can see all the new updates we're adding on a day-to-day basis, so you don't have to wait. And we're going to be focusing more of our time here, and as well as our Facebook group as well. If you haven't already joined it, make sure you join our Facebook. Most of you should be, but we'll be announcing there as well. Okay, now the other question that came in, can we put this into video form? So that is where we're going to be talking about next. I don't want to kind of take away too much from it, but the idea is that Artistly is the greatest AI design tool in the planet. We truly believe it. The next update of Video Express, which is Video Express V 2.0, will be the greatest AI video maker, whether it's text to video, whether it's image to video, prompt to video, whatever you want to call it, right? That update is being worked on in the final stages. So once we announce it, we're going to be talking about that. It'll be training on that and that sort of thing. So that's being worked on final stages. You're going to see it. Okay. So the question was, can you make adult coloring books? Yes. So that's basically, as I mentioned before, part of that Artistly app. So if you go into the Artistly application, you're going to see that. Okay. So it's pretty straightforward, actually. I mean, you guys can see it, but you can go into this. So if you go into the app, go to Fast Image Designer, like so. All right. And then you see right here where it says, let's say Prompt Magic. Okay. In the Prompt Magic, you see that, like in the Prompt Magic, you see coloring books, this is what you're going to use. Okay, clear? That's where that is located. Now, the other question that I'm gonna get to, there's quite a bit of questions here, so we'll go through them as quickly as possible. But if not, you can email us at support@artistly.ai. We're happy to answer them, right?
Yeah, a
So
lot
that
of
you
people
can
are
get through. Yeah,
asking.
yes, go ahead.
Yeah, a lot of people are asking. They have the commercial and they want to get to the premium. What's how where do they go?
Yeah, good question. So let's say some of these features, right? If you have the basic account, which is that just under $50 one-time payment account, and you want to upgrade to use some of these features, which might be locked for you, all you gotta go to is go to My Purchases tab in the application, Artistly application, like so. So it'll be here. And then if you don't have it, like right now I have everything, so it says this here. But if you don't have it, it'll say go get the Artistly Elite account or something like that. In the event that you don't see it, okay, in the event that you don't see it, just email our support team. So I'll put that link here as well, and we'll be happy to assist you. We keep doing some sales from time to time. Maybe it's one of those times that you could get lucky to grab a discount from the support team. So support@artistry.ai. You can email us there as well. So if you have the unlimited, you don't have to get anything. You have everything. But if you didn't, you have like a basic account. In the My Purchase, it's going to say, hey, you have the basic, you want to get the elite, and the difference is going to be what between unlimited and the elite anyway. So it's not like we're going to ask you to repurchase the unlimited account or anything. It's going to be pretty cheap, so don't worry about that. So if you don't have it, yeah, you'll see it under My Purchases, okay? And also when you click on that link as well, it's gonna say if it's locked, that feature, it's gonna allow you to go to My Purchases and get it, okay? So that's how you see that if you have it or not, okay? Or you can email our support team, as I mentioned. We'll be happy to assist you on that, support@artistly.ai, okay? But look, folks, right? At the end of the day, right? Think of it this way, right? We made 4 version updates so far, right? So imagine this. It's 4 version updates we've done for free. This, you could say all the stuff we've done is beyond the 4, right? When we did version 4.0 a couple of months ago or so. Since then, we've added a lot more. I would even say it's right now version 4.5, but we don't update it in the top because 4.5 is not good enough. 5, it has to be a major update, right? So that's what I mean by that. So we're constantly updating it. When you think about the fact that you only pay once and you get access pretty much forever, then at the end of the day, if you think about that, it's insane value, right? Especially if you consider the fact that we have features that are not available in any other application. Forget about Midjourney, forget about any of the other applications out there, because the idea is they're working on a foundational model basis. What does that mean? So they're working on, as you go to create design, right? Okay, go here. Okay, so now you have the ability to generate, okay, AI image designer, let's say, right? Or perfect hands, whatever it might be. So what they're focusing on is basically how do we make this prompting a little bit better? How do we make the styles a little bit better? How do we make you write a long prompt to get a little bit better result? They're focused on that rather than actually, I'd say, okay, what is the real use case? Okay, what is the real use case for design? Why would somebody use Canva, right? In a professional setting? They'll be using it for social media posts, YouTube thumbnails. I'll be using it for, say, for example, using brochures or creating books or creating book covers, right? This is the type of stuff. And all that stuff is as a category available in Artistly, so you can, in just a few clicks, recreate this whole setup, right? So hope that is clear so you understand and you can reuse this right now. Because even for me, some of these other applications out there are too difficult to use, you know? So, and then what happens because of that, the fact that it's not easy to use, I give up. I may be paying a subscription every month, but I just give up. And 6 months later, I wake up and I'm like, what is the subscription for, right? So that's the idea here, right? So hope that is clear, all right? Now, the other question, I'll be answering 2 more questions, okay? So then we'll call it a day because I don't want to go forever here, right? So that those who are watching the replay get the best benefits right here. And the other question here, right, is this one right here. I addressed this right here. So can I create my own story to generate a book with Artistly? Yes. So how you do this, I mentioned this as well, but if you go into the prompt magic setup, the section, go to Kids Storybooks, let's say, and then you go here, right? You see how it says story summary, right? This can be yours. You can write a whole story of yours. And then what it's going to do is it's going to create based upon that, build on top of that too, in a nice, neat fashion. Behind the scenes, what's happening here? We have to not only create the characters, we have to create the environment. We have to actually, if you write it in a story format, you got to think and recreate it in a format that an image or a story book can be created, right? With consistency of the environment, characters and stuff. It's a lot of complex stuff, but yeah, you can write it here, whatever you want to write, okay? And the other question that came in as well uh, is this one right here, which is basically I'm using a lead. How can I do 4 images at once? This is basic stuff, but really you can go in here, image designer, right? Go to custom settings. You see here under custom settings, select quantity. Here you can adjust it. Okay, is that clear? Here, there you go, 4 images. That's how you do it. Is that clear? So hope that is clear. So that should basically be answering most of your questions. Again, if any questions was not answered, email us at support@artistly.ai. Our team is also working on weekends. Okay, so Artistly customer support team also works on Saturdays and Sundays. Just FYI, in case you're like, okay, Paul, I'm gonna send everything on Monday. The team is not. No, we are available even on Saturdays and Sundays. Okay, just so you understand. We are available there, so we will answer, like, even if you send today and it just ended up being a weekend or whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, so we'll get back to you within hours. Okay, if they can assist you. Secondly, if you haven't gotten Artistly, okay, and you don't have access to it for any reason, so some strange reason, you've been living under a rock and you've not gotten the greatest AI design tool in the planet, well, you want to go to artistly.ai and grab it. You're going to see both plans down there. You're going to see the unlimited plan. You're going to see the basic plan. Up to you. You decide what you want to get in, and you can grab it. And if you got the basic plan, you can upgrade to the unlimited plan later on as well. It won't cost you anything substantially extra or anything. It's just going to be the difference that you between what you missed out in the unlimited versus the basic. So you can get your feet wet, so to speak. Try it out for $49 or whatever it is right now, and then basically at the end of the day, upgrade later on. Now, the reason why I want to mention here real quick how we can sustain that price, because that might be the biggest question, right? Like, how can you do one-time payment for all these really crazy features, which requires NVIDIA AI, enterprise servers, and all that kind of stuff? Well, there's one main thing I want to mention here. We've been the pioneers of this AI space for the last, let's say, many years now, 6-7 years, before ChatGPT actually. What changed is that ChatGPT introduced a new form of AI, which is called transformer model, right? So, and diffusion model, you could say. Before then, AI was still there. You could use AI for video creation, for sketch videos. We didn't done video creation and all this other stuff we've done in the past, right? Text to speech, that kind of thing. So what changed is this way that you do AI, right? So what happened is that when ChatGPT came in late 2022, early 2023, let's say November 2022, so let's say even January of 2023, right? Everything went up in cost, right? NVIDIA servers cost more money right now. They're the monopoly. 90% of all AI workloads happen in NVIDIA servers. And then the other thing that occurred is that because of the demand, everybody jacked up their prices. Amazon, Google, and all these cloud providers. So because we've been doing AI for a lot longer, we could negotiate really good deals back in 2021 even, right? And that sort of thing, because we're using it for other purposes, right? And because of that, we can pass on the savings to you. Similarly, another thing is, imagine this way, right? When you folks get Artistly, and then you're like, wow, this is an amazing application. I'm going to go grab Video Express, right? Which is our AI video creation software, right? So if you haven't already, that's the version 2.0 we're going to come up with Video Express. So this right here, for those who don't have it, you can go check it out. The version 2.0 is going to be insane, on par with OpenAI, Sora, Kling, and that sort of thing. But my point is, if you go and you get Video Express, right? We didn't spend extra money to acquire you as a customer there, right? So that is the other thing. Because of that fact, we pass on all the advertising costs we would have to spend to acquire new customers onto you, right? And that's the best way to do it, because the problem is other companies out there is they have to raise a lot of these funds. They have to impress their venture capitalist guys and whatever. And once the funding is dried up, they shut down, right? We have people in our team working for the last 10 years with me, right? Some even 15. So what happens is, because of the loyalty that we have, and we're able to solve very complex problems very quickly, because we don't have people coming in 6 months, leaving the company or whatever, right? People have been there forever now. So I just want to explain these things so you understand that Artistly will get infinitely better with time. It's going to constantly keep getting updated. Same thing with Video Express with version 2.0 coming up. And similarly as well with other applications of ours as well, the integration will be awesome, okay? So like, say for example, Artistly and Video Express integration is being worked on right now. All your Artistly images will get moved on. So for example, I'll show you this, pretty cool. So you go to personal designs, right? These are all my personal designs, meaning there's all my video creation or image creations, right? So let's say this is the one, right? I like this one. So what you can do is, you see this is in the folder, like you can put it into a folder, right? So in here, let's say there's this folder. So I have work folder here, and you can have any amount of folders. these folders will appear in your Video Express application. Okay, so that means this image of this, schoolgirl or whatever cartoon character will get ported over into Video Express to convert this image into a video effectively. Does that make sense? Add lip sync, all that kind of stuff. So that's the integration stuff we are working on. So you have an end-to-end solution where you don't have to jump through multiple application, multiple hoops and stuff like that. You have the very best at what it can do. Okay, so that said, we covered, I think, most of the questions here and stuff. Again, like I said, if for any reason we didn't answer your questions or we didn't get to it, because sometimes, there's so many things running around in the chat, go open a ticket at support@artistry.ai. As I mentioned, we have our team working on Saturdays and Sundays, weekends as well. 7 days a week, we have teams responding to support ticket system here. And of course, Yash and I are also available if you ever need us for anything through our Facebook group and other places as well. So make sure that if you want to communicate or share your designs with everybody or ideas and stuff, you're happy to listen in as well. Okay, so that's the reason why I want to mention here, right? We've been in business for 15 years plus. We're not going anywhere. And already Artistly has been in, I think, almost 2 years now in the marketplace. And some of these other applications we have been in more decade plus, right? So what happens is, because of that, you can have faith in the fact that, hey, even 5 years from now, even Artistly is going to be even better from now. And my investment is worth a lot more down the line, because at the end of the day, as it gets better, the use cases change and we're constantly keeping up with the latest trends, right? And the beauty is the features are easy as well to use, which is very important, right? It should not be where you have 100 features, but like you never use it. What's the point, right? So hope that helps. Yash, if you have anything to say, you can do so. Watch this replay later on, okay? We'll post it in the tutorial section as well, this replay. That tutorial section, by the way, is right here, this little toggle. We're going to make it a little bit easier for you folks can see it, where we're going to put it in soon as, if you go to the dashboard here, we're going to put the tutorials link down here underneath this video, okay? By the way, soon, probably in the next day or two. But yeah, if you want it easy here, this is the tutorials page. You come in here. That's where we're going to post all the new features we're adding in. Actually, this question mark, my bad. So this question mark thing is the tutorials, this one right here. And then you go in here and then you see this. This is where all the new features we've added, all the tutorials are here in step by step. So you don't have to watch these trainings if you don't want to. You have step by step, right? You see this, how to create storybooks using Artistly, right? All these other features, and this new feature will come in as a short tutorial as well. And all these training webinars that you're doing like right now will also be available here in the tutorial section. You see this, all the stuff right now. This one also will be posted here in the next 24 hours or so, okay? The previous training is right here, as you can see, and then this training will be the next one, okay? So yes, you have anything to say, then we'll call it a day.
Nope, nothing. Thank you so much, guys, for spending your precious time with us. And just like as you guys were so much, positive with your feedback, your suggestions, and help, and your compliments and everything, we're gonna make sure that it's gonna be the best investment and the best time spent with us, and make sure that Artistly become the only go-to greatest image generation tool on this planet. So with that being said, thank you so much, guys. We'll see you in the next training with some more cool and golden nuggets. Until then, take care of yourself, your family, and your health. So, yeah.
Take care, folks.
Thank you, guys.